Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is Just Force 911, and we look at how our public officials do their job, or they totally and completely screw it up. Hey, this one comes from the Junkyard News. I want you guys to check this out. Here is a cop that is so scared of being a police officer that he almost shoots somebody for having a hat. And once he shoots and misses him from 6 feet away and hits a bypassing car, he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry." You're an idiot. Where do you guys get these morons? Do you run an ad in the paper, moron wanted? Low IQs? Come be a police officer? Or scumbag wanted? Come be a police officer? Or if you have a low IQ, come to work for us. You can be a police officer, carry a gun and a badge. You don't have to know anything. You're just a moron. Yipes. Hey guys, do me a favor. Subscribe to my channel if you already haven't done so. Hit the bell icon. Like and share. Helps my algorithms. Thumbs up, thumbs down, tells me how I'm doing for you guys, and leave a comment. And then go over to Junkyard News and repeat. I keep saying, you can't find a dumber cop, right? I've said this and said this and said this, and every time I do, it makes me look like an idiot. Because here's another one. Here's Johnny. I don't get it. I thought it was safe to go back in the water. Are you kidding me? 6 feet away, misses a guy. Thank gosh. He didn't hit him. For a hat. A hat. Put on your head, a hat. They were driving, it blew off. Lady stopped. He got out, go get his hat because he liked his hat. The cop pulls over. You going to help her? No, I just get my hat. Bang! You can see me die on live video. Ends up shooting a car passing by. Wow. And this guy has a gun and a badge. Are you kidding me? This guy's a moron. Let's check this out, and you guys tell me what you think. Go over to Junkyard News. Tell him that I sent you guys over there. He does a lot of good videos, a lot of good information. Let's check this out.
This video was intended.
Oh, this reminds me of the Acorn. Remember the Acorn dropped on the cruiser? And the cop goes, I'm shot. And him and his sergeant start shooting holes in their cruiser with a secured suspect in the back of the cruiser. Remember that? This reminds me of that. What an idiot. Oh, I'm hit by an acorn. The good thing was Mr. Acorn has been fired. They did not fire the sergeant, which I'm not sure why, but whatever. It's like if you're stupid and you know what, raise your hands. If you're stupid and you raise your hands. If you're stupid and you know it and you don't want to blow it, then just become a cop and you're there. Anyhow.
To inform and educate the public.
Go ahead.
In 197. How you doing? You know her? You here to help her? Are you here to help her?
Nah, she taking me to the hospital.
Come here.
Welcome once again to another video by the Junkyard News. Hold on to your head, Fred, because we have another Acorn drop. That's right, we have another Chicken Little Acorn drop police shooting where an officer who obviously does his job scared freaks out when he thinks he sees something that didn't exist and almost cost a man his life. And he has now been indicted by a grand jury for attempted murder. That's right. A Bowie police officer has been indicted on multiple charges following a shooting last month when the officer fired his gun at an unarmed man during what appears to be a traffic stop. But what actually happened is the officer had come across an SUV-type vehicle on the left shoulder with the hazard lights on, pulling up behind the vehicle, running the plate, and getting out with the potential of helping maybe a stranded motorist. But as he's walking up to the car, a gentleman behind him on his left is walking up.
Okay, I'm going to stop this right here for a second, guys. You notice what he just said? An officer attempting to help. Now, in the last several years, our police matrix has changed from being helpful to being a disaster. And all of the thousands and thousands and thousands of lawsuits are proving this. Okay, so this is not just me. This is the lawsuits saying, that these guys only make the situation worse. They do not help.
Happened is the passenger of the vehicle, now mind you, this gentleman and his driver were on their way to the hospital. The passenger had his hat fly off and fly out the window onto the highway. So she had pulled over to let him go retrieve his hat. So as the officer's walking up to the vehicle, the man's coming back after retrieving his hat, and the officer asks the guy, "Do you know her? Are you here to help her?" And he tells the officer, "No, she's just giving me a ride to the hospital." But as he walks by, the officer thinks he might have seen a gun somewhere, somehow. Was it just the action of the man putting his hand inside his jacket? Did the officer actually see something that looked like a gun? And why would that cause somebody to immediately draw their firearm and shoot at a man just for potentially even having a firearm in his possession? We have a Second Amendment right in this country. We have states out there that have open carry, which is legal. Why is it that just the possibility of a free American having a tool on them for self-defense causes such fear and such a reaction that an officer draws and fires their weapon when a weapon's not even pointed at them? If there was a gun, if this man did have a gun in his possession, potentially maybe he's a concealed carry holder, why would that cause you fear to draw your gun and attempt to murder somebody when there's no immediate threat to you? No one's pointing a weapon at you, but just because you think you saw a weapon, you think that gives you justification to draw your firearm and attempt to murder somebody? A free American? Come on. This one really, really drives me crazy. This is an individual that just shows you right there who should not be a cop. If you on a daily basis do your job in such fear, then you should not be in the profession to begin with. You see, on September 12th at 8 a.m., Bowie Police Sergeant Robert Warrington came across a stopped vehicle with hazards on the left shoulder near.
Now, you notice what he just said. A sergeant, not a rookie, not a patrolman, but a sergeant, one that's been around for quite a while and actually supposed to know what he's doing. Did I miss something somewhere? Did you see the distance between those two? It could have been more than 10 feet. And thank God this guy can't shoot for crap, and missed him.
John Hanson Highway and got out of his cruiser, potentially to help, like I said. Moments later, he fires a single shot at the passenger, who says he was just getting a hat that blew off his head onto the road. He fell to the ground, was not hit by the bullet, although the bullet did strike a passing vehicle. No one was injured, thank God. Once the officer realizes that there was no gun anywhere, he goes into panic mode, screaming, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why would you do that? He just was getting his hand off the side of the road.
Shoot his head.
You almost took an innocent man's life for nothing?
They want to give you these. Oh, wow.
This is the classic example of an Acorn incident. I'm sure you all remember. We're on a separate video, separate news story. A man was taken into custody, searched, put in the back of a squad car. An officer who was walking by the squad car panicked because an acorn fell off a tree and hit the roof of the car. He thought it was a gunshot. He runs, spins, falls, and just starts lighting up the squad car with bullets, which causes his nearby partner to draw her gun and start loading bullets into this squad car, turning it into Swiss cheese with a handcuffed man inside the vehicle, cowering for his life as bullets riddle the car. These are the people who are supposed to serve and protect? Give me a break. When asked what was going through his mind as the officer pulled out his service weapon, the victim said, "Just duck and cover and brace myself for any more shots he sends my way." Can you just imagine being in that man's shoes right there? Wow. This man is going to remember this for the rest of his life. Every time he sees a squad car or an officer, he's going to flash back to this moment in his life permanently. It's never going to go away. Be careful, people. I keep saying it. You never, ever know when your encounter with a Leo is going to end tragically.
Okay, now keep in mind, though, this isn't over, okay? Even though this Bowie police sergeant has been indicted for attempted murder, the lawsuits that are going to come out of this is going to be paid by the taxpayers of Bowie. And are you guys all right with this? Because you shouldn't be. You ought to be outraged. Why you don't have pitchforks and torches is beyond me. Because I know here in Phoenix, we're getting real tired. The citizens are getting tired of paying for the police department screwing up and all the lawsuits coming out. You've heard about those lately. The black man that was deaf that had cerebral palsy. Can't say that word. And the abuse he had to go through, and the cops lied about it. No, a cop wouldn't lie. You know, I actually watched a video, and I wish I could find it again because it was hilarious. A judge and a cop sitting on the stand watch a video. The video is 180 degrees away from what the officer says. The officer looks right at the judge and says, "Who are you going to believe, me or the video?" And the judge is just perplexed. Who are you going to believe, me as a cop or the video? Videos don't lie, cops do constantly. I don't know, guys. You know, we got to get a better class of people working for us because these guys are idiots.
If you're not careful, the next video and news story we cover on this channel, we could be talking about you in the next one. Stay safe out there.
Bowie Police Sergeant Robert Warrington comes across a stopped car with the hazard lights on, the left shoulder near John Hanson Highway, September 12th at 8 a.m. Warrington gets out to help, but moments later fires a single shot at the passenger who says he was retrieving his hat that was blown onto the road.
You here to help her? Are you here to help her? Nah, she taking me in the hospital. Come here.
You got a gun.
What I do? What I do?
You got a gun.
I don't have a gun. I don't have a gun.
I'm a little heartbroken. It's hard to watch, you know.
In an interview, the man who was shot at tells me he fell to the ground and fortunately was not shot. The bullet did, however, hit a passing vehicle, but didn't injure anyone. What went through your mind?
To just, you know, cover and lay there and just brace myself for any more shots that I thought was going to be coming.
Warrington doesn't fire any more shots, but he does apologize.
Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why would you do that?
Today, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy announcing the grand jury indictment against Warrington. One count of attempted second-degree murder, first-degree assault, misconduct in office, and 2 counts of reckless endangerment.
It's important that those who have been sworn to protect and serve the public really value life.
5 charges, guys. 5 charges against this guy. And it ain't enough because he's going to get away with a year or 2 of probation and a slap on the wrist because he's a police officer and he has such a hard job and it's so unsafe. Well, not according to OSHA. According to OSHA, you guys are like 32 back. I did find one site that gave you the 22, but all the rest of them are around 33 to 40 out of the top 50.
And when actions of an officer or anyone, whether it's a civilian as well, show a disregard for life, the law is there to hold them accountable.
Sergeant Warrington is a 12-year veteran on the Bowie Police Department, suspended now without pay. He was issued a...
Now, see, that's the way it should be. Suspended without pay. Now, if you're acquitted, then you get your money back. But it should not be suspended with pay. You should be suspended without pay. Every single officer that's accused should be without pay until he's found not guilty or been cleared, and then he gets his money back. There's no reason why we as taxpayers should be paying for these clowns to mess up, to screw up, to hurt people, and to get paid for it.
Summons after today's indictment and is not currently in custody.
I have to relive this moment again, and just knowing that the officer is still at home and hasn't been arrested is really bothersome.
And tonight,
see what I mean? He's at home arrest. Are you kidding me? You and I'd be in jail.
Bowie Police Chief Dwayne Preston says that he supports the grand jury's objective, independent decision. We tried reaching out to the police union to inquire about Sergeant Robert Warrington's legal representation. We're waiting for them to get back to us. We were unable to reach Sergeant Warrington tonight. He's expected to have a first court appearance in the coming weeks.
Videos uploaded by the Junkyard News are helped in part by viewers just like you. You can
All right, guys. So, what do you think about this? This is a joke? It has to be. It couldn't be real. These sovereign citizen cops are just out of control. They need to be reeled in. And if you folks aren't going to start screaming and yelling about it from the rooftops, what do you want? What do you expect? Do you realize if you don't start getting this problem solved, it's going to get out of control? Mark my words, guys. Good luck. Guys, send me a comment. Let me know what you think. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you folks later.